There we go. Alrighty. And then this is not Flash Midnight. This is Banana. AirsickLowlander. Going up against each other here in our best of 2 series.
It's an improvement.
And I'm gonna all right. Okay, there we go. All right, let's have a look at this here game we got going on.
Your heart beating fast too.
Ooh, my computer is chugging right now. There we go. So we do see a Zax versus Extilior matchup here. The Zax, which is what we're probably going to see a lot of today, considering that we have Astra banned and Extilior is widely considered to lose that matchup, which, you know, makes sense. The ranged versus melee challenge is very real. That is just something that you have to deal with as the Extilior here, but we decided to do that because it is a bracket this time where there's only one list for you, one captain, which means that we would have gotten an unreal amount of Astra v Astra today. So we decided to opt into, you know, just banning her out here. And if you're interested in the bracket, I am popping down, popping down those links right now. Ah, there we go. So here we go. Do 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 do. There. A little bit more scattered for me today, sorry. The earlier starting time has affected us all. There we go. Boom. So we have those links. Should be linked at the bottom of the page if I'm doing this right. If not, let me know. Maybe you have to hit refresh. But yeah, so that Quetzali drop is actually huge. I am a well-known lover of that silly plant lad. Quetzali is enormous and almost essential for an Extilior list to operate. And you can see, even though he's gotten a lot, Banana has gotten a lot of their crew picked off. They have a 2-crew deficit here on the board and in roster. But that's a total of 4 crew, no, about a 3-crew down here. The Quetzali solves the Extilior problem of how do I get to this person? Well, here's 5 extra moves, and Extilior just walks in and rips 3 damage to an AoE and 2 more damage to whoever you want. So that you see that's put AirsickLowlander in a tough spot here. Oh, that Vortex is a little unfortunate. Did not get the Zax away like he thought it would, but he can still move the Zax, get him out. But this is exactly where the Maximus wants them to be. The Extilior wants the Zax to be. Right here, I have closed the distance. We have the same movement range. You are not airborne. I'm just going to walk at you ad nauseum for a while. And AirsickLowlander is having to accept that. And you can see a little bit of panic here, not knowing what to do. This is the ideal situation. Now, the Thicket drop is huge because that poison, that's a lot of health to chunk through. But at this stage of the game, if I am the Extilior player, I do not care. The Zax is not near the Nectar Vine. I'm going to corrosive particles this. I'm going to walk up and just try and rip a bunch of damage into this. Now there's a Torian on there, so that's 60% accuracy, but if everything does hit, this is going to be 11 points of damage onto the Zax, and you got to assume a couple of those are going to miss. So you're looking at about a good 7 damage burst onto this Zax here, and that puts him in such a tough spot, especially when you consider the Zax has cornered himself in just a little bit. This is the thing. This is the interesting thing about Extilior v Zax, which is if Extilior gets in, it gets very difficult for the Zax, and they feel a ton of pressure. Ooh, I almost want to see the Maximus pot shot this Torian. Oh, that's 23%. That's so bad. Yeah. The Quetzalli is going to be killed by the Thicket, so he needs to move the Thicket. The Quetzalli needs to be moved to safety, so this Thicket is not going to hit him with the poison, so you lose your main way into this game. And you have Orbital Strike on this turn, so that Torian goes down on this next turn. So even without Quetzalli, which he's going to lose this turn unless a miracle miss occurs, even though they lose Quetzalli, they're in movement range of the Zax. Very easily so. And with an Orbital Strike, the Torian goes down, and this is big advantage to the Extiller, who can win this game almost alone if the Zax isn't going to drop anything. Having to burn Cinder just to get away. They do have a Beatrice. That's going to block off one of the way. That could keep him up for a little bit longer, actually. To kind of block him off. Beatrice is great in these situations, even though she's slow. Just 7 health with armor. Dropped right there. You are not moving past this for a little while. Good use of that. Oh, the Torian Guardian here. I'm not sure I like that move, because Extiller can now just Sword of Justice the Torian Guardian without moving. Orbital Strike the Zax without having to worry about Orbital Striking this Guardian, and just continue to march down the field. The Zax is setting things up to where they can kite things out a little bit. But a lot of really good options available. You want to use the Sword of Justice right now onto the Torian. Torian is in Sword of Justice range, and even if he is not in Sword of Justice range, Torian is all the way over there. That's not getting to that Zax anytime soon. If I'm the Extiller, I'm gonna walk to separate this Extiller here, to separate the Zax from either the Nectarvine or the Torian. That's the decision that Extiller has to make. I think the Sword of Justice can hit both of these things here. I see, okay, just looking to clear the board and set things up, reinforce, get things set up, but you've reset the game here. You are 6 health up, but now Zax has such a big positional advantage. Because that's the other thing. When you're Extiller, your movement is the same as Zax. You both get blocked, but you're in a situation where you have to stay there. Especially when they have Vortex. You cannot risk letting this character get more than a turn away, to get 2 turns movement away from you, because without a Crankbait or a Quetzalli, odds are you're not getting back. So that could be a pretty big throw here from Banana, not to keep up the pressure onto the Zax body physically. Now this could be pretty huge here. There's an invulnerability. I think Banana... There's a world where Banana has actually lost this game because they chose to not keep the pressure up on the Zax. I see what they're looking for, but that Nectarvine is immobile. And they put a mine in their way, so they're not going to get near that Nectarvine again if you position yourself correctly. And if they go wrap around here to go back to the Nectarvine, it wouldn't have been a problem. But I think Banana just put themselves in a corner, and AirsickLowlander is taking complete advantage of it. Alrighty, so we are getting some... Oopsie. I'm gonna close that thread. There we go. Alrighty, so we have our first results, and that's really quick. They must have some really quick games. Alrighty, and you can see that they're just getting picked off now. Yeah, it's very rough for Banana. They were in such a good position to take this game over and just rush down the Zax, but a little bit of misfire on the target prioritization. That doesn't mean they're out of it. It's just going to be quite hard. They only have 3 crew that they can drop, and the Zax is such a huge advantage here. They got to find like a crankbait or so. If they can get close to the Zax, they can delete him pretty quick, but that's the thing. They got to get close to the Zax, and they've lost that. Very tricky situation.
We will hold them off.
Alrighty, so well, let's see. Banana may have the miracle drop here. They're very close to killing this thicket. That'd be really huge. And the nano shield being used on the Beatrice was a bit of a misplay by AirsickLowlander because EXTelior does not care. Truly does not care. And, oh, that's going to be a dead Chuck and Co. You can't be dropping your stuff without first taking out the thicket, because as you can see here, it's just going to do damage through the armor, because the thicket does have 2 power on its attack, and it's just going to yoink. Chuck and Co. just dies. Yup. There's so much value coming out of this thicket here. Alrighty, so yeah, it does. There is a chance EXTelior does hurt. There is a corrosive particles on this EXTelior, and I mean, this is a dead thicket. If Banana could somehow once again find their way in close, it's just going to be such an uphill climb for them.
Can't rush an artist.
So, alrighty. So good Sword of Justice. Whoopsie. Good Sword of Justice to clear that out. He's gonna have to face tank a lot here. And get caught out by these mines. The mine's gonna be grav disked in. There is still a possibility. EXTelior do be hurting. Excuse me.
Defensive field activated.
But and there is orbital strike, but the vortex. If I'm AirsickLowlander, I'm dropping a vortex and keeping EXTelior as far away as possible, or maybe just saving it.
Today's recruits, so lazy. Stop dilly-dallying.
Are a distraction.
Alrighty.
The right decision.
My armor will distract. Breaking records and hearts.
Eyes open, tails behaving. Quietly.
Ooh-wee, sorry, having to deal with some tournament stuff here. We got some DQs because people are not showing up. Interesting vortex there. Oh, get him away from. Yeah, sorry, I disappeared for a second there. So, interesting situation.
A minor result.
Ah, no, that's game. Yeah. Well played.
Look like you're thinking.
If that ages, you're not gonna be able to chunk through that. Yeah, well played to both players here. I would like to see Banana pressure the Zax a little bit more, because that's, as an Extilier enjoyer myself, when you're in the Zax face, that's your moment to actually get to do something. You do not get to do something at many other points in that game, in that matchup. That is where you that's where you get the thing. Alrighty, so. There, the terminal links. Okay, sweet. Alrighty. Oh no! I've dropped off my Twitch. I can't see what's going on. I don't know if chat, my beloved chat.
What are you all
Okay. So, again, this game is probably over. That if these shots miss, if these next two shots miss, some way, somehow. Excuse me. Nope, that's it. Game 1 going in favor of AirsickLowlander. Well played. Banana had really close moments. I think that game is closer than it looks. It was just that big turning point in that upper corner where Banana opted not to continue to chase down the Zax. Again, it just kind of keep that pressure on the Zax. There are a couple ways they could have approached it. Orbital Strike, the Nectar Vine, and the Mines, and the Torian, or sort of just then keep running down the Zax. But choosing to go towards that Nectar Vine, yeah, choosing to go at that Nectar Vine and Mine really hurt you, hurt Banana, because they just can never get close to Zax again. Because remember, they have the same movement speed, so you can just kind of keep following them that way, and that's what you got to do. You got to just keep chasing them once you're in their face. Alrighty. Eskel and Manflesh 1-1. And remember, this is the group stage. So, in the group stage, there are best of 2 matches. So this is not going to be best of 3. And with best of 2 matches, and the tiebreakers are as follows. If it's a 2-person tie, then you're looking at a best of 1, so it's like kind of finishing off a best of 3 between the two. So just like a 1 game, who gets that tiebreaker. If there's a 3-way tie, we have a few tie options here, which we'll get into once we, once we get going here. After this game, I'll show it to you when I look at the bracket. So game number 2, this map, pretty big, but there's a lot of cover for an Extilier to hide behind. A really big lot of cover here for Extilier to kind of hide and maneuver behind, to let this ranged list, to keep this ranged Zax list away from, not hit them. Kind of move forward, which you're going to have to do, because Plink does put a lot of cover in here. And Quetzali would be really huge. Probably a Vortex on Banana, which is going to also be a big assist to them in this game if they can get close, because Vortex, it's not just you moving half the Vortex distance, it's them, so you get that whole Vortex. If you get within a Vortex away of an opponent, you're now in their face. And like we talked about, when Extilier gets in that Zax face, you can stay there. Like right now, if that is a Vortex, yeah, if that is a... Oh, they're going to drop a unit here, because I was going to say, if that is a Vortex that this Extilier really has, that Zax's going to eat 5 damage. But now that he's dropped the Beatrice, I actually want Banana to say, okay, sweet, I can't approach you here. Beatrice will never catch up to me. Go to this top corner. Except that this current game state is pretty rough to deal with. Go to the top corner, develop your board, make them come to you. They will take pot shots with the Deadeye, but there is that hard cover at the north part of this map that you could take advantage of. That's my take. But they can also try and brute force this with some good deployments for the bridge here. Gonna have to find a way around this Beatrice, however. That's gonna be the hardest part.
I'll get them moving, Captain.
So, See how this goes here. We do have the Quetzalli out early, but a bit of a misplay dropping the Quetzalli after you have moved. Or they did drop it, they blocked themselves in, but it does give you 5 movement refreshes. Oh, they did. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see what he's doing. I like it. Now he's in the face. The Quetzalli is out. And the escape hatch. Oh my gosh, this play is so huge. They've surrounded the Zax. So they had something in their hand that we didn't know about. Quetzalli is such an impactful character to drop. It is insane how much value you get out of this unit the moment you put it on the ground. Those 5 extra moves, and then good use of the escape hatch and vortex to make that opening. The stim burst is going to help a ton to get away from the situation. However, Quetzalli means that Banana's going to be able to just walk up at this at any angle they want. You could even... That said, this is a great corner for AirsickLowlander to sit in and use that Beatrice in the mine to block off this aggression coming out of Banana. Banana only has 8 health. They've had a great play here, but they've taken a lot of damage to get to this state of the game. They're going to have to find a way through this Beatrice in this mine. Almost, it's going to be tricky. I think the Torian, you might have to use the Torian to kill the mine, get the Drumbreaker and the Extelier in on the Zax. Because with that Quetzalli, he can move the Quetzalli around to where the movement is right there to where you can hit it in that little corner where the Zax is at. So then you can use all that movement. Oh my gosh, the Extelier is locked. Oh no, that's so bad. He needs the Extelier to get to the Zax. Oh my goodness, what a good placement of the Beatrice. They gave it to the Torian. You're not going to get to the Zax on this turn. You need the Torian to kill the mine to have anyone approach the Zax. Oh no! Oh my gosh. This is such a rough misplay here. They're going to have to do something. Oh! Torian fits! The Torian fits through! That's huge! That's going to be 6 damage. Oh. They're in the face of the Zax. He's going to try and escape here. The Quetzalli is going to let them walk around it. He has 5 Cinder. Probably going to use 3 of it for a Sleeper Mine and a Grav Disc. Does Deadeye have the shot? A crit here could end the game. Oh my god, that's it. That's game. Does the Zax hit? Yeah. Wow, that was so close at the end there. Just a little... Exterior getting blocked in there was so huge by that Beatrice. Oh my gosh, what a good Beatrice placement. Well played, both players. I liked the Extelier. I like Banana taking that chance to rush them in. That was such a good idea in concept, especially dropping the Quetzalli, but didn't quite pan on the end. Took too much damage on the approach. Didn't use that cover as well as they maybe could have, going through that kind of open middle of the cliffs there, but good games to both players. And that is it for our round 1 streamed match here. We're going to